to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we continue our series on our top 100 favorite actors ever with part 3. These are the 70s, 79 through 70, working our way from the bottom to the top of the list. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. Part 3 of the top 100, baby. We did parts 1 and 2 last Friday. Today is parts 3 and 4. And we're starting with 3, of course. Feel pretty good about the list so far. We talked about the fluidity of the list in part 2 a little bit. How are you feeling about your first 2 parts in retrospect? You know, the 80 through 100.
It's this episode I did a little more shuffling around, not crazy shuffles, but just kind of within the episode, kind of little bumps or little dips.
I did the same thing. Same thing. And it's because when I was doing week 1, as I said names that were coming up the list, I kind of realized that, I might not like this person less than somebody I have in a couple spots now that I'm talking about them. So I imagined what it would be like, what I would say about them. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta shuffle things around a little bit because I don't think I don't honestly like this person more. At least that's how it happened for me. But,
yeah. And then the interesting thing was that 100 through 9, or like the last 2 parts, I kind of kept looking at it and I'm like, man, no, I think the bookends, the start of the list and the end of the list are kind of the more in stone places. I feel like it was, because it was very hard to get people right out of 100. So I feel like those last few really had to kind of be thought about more often than the people who were thrown up. So yeah, I think like as we go, this middle realm is really the most fluid out of the whole list. And I think like after looking up, it is like the top, it is kind of stationary, and like no one ever kind of enters the top and no one ever really leaves, but someone can kind of go from like 60 to 40 pretty, I don't know, like without too much thought.
And that's the beauty and the kind of like, why the fuck even do it then, of doing a top 100, because I think it's worthwhile for that reason. We're celebrating a bunch of people that we feel very positively about. And I think the more the merrier, you know, I think that's kind of my look at it. But I did mention last week, with one of the people that I left off the list that, you know, if I watched one movie of theirs, I'd only ever seen a TV show with him in it. If I watched one movie of his, this shit, he might hop up to 45. I don't know. Like, I left him off the list completely. So that's one of those things where do I feel roughly the same about like 75 of the 100 here? Yes. But we're celebrating this many people to celebrate this many people. The order matters. Yes. But it's more just a packaging. It's a way to present a celebration of talent. I think that's a lot of fun. That's why I think the top 100 is valid.
Yeah. And everything is for a moment in time anyways. You know, this is more, I think, you know, it's like a time capsule.
Absolutely.
It's, at least for us, you know, it'll be really interesting to, in 10 years, be like, what? In my top 10, I had so-and-so?
And it's
a
deeply revisitable topic as well, like you said. Like, if we were to hopefully do this for as long as we want to at the moment, it'd be cool to revisit this every 5 years, you know, and talk about it again, see what's up. But, speaking of people we left off the list, I'm going to ask you now, give me a couple that were hard to leave off.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, I think these last couple people, I think they're in no particular order. So I think every episode I'm just going to go in kind of order that I had the remainders in. And right now, the next one on the list is Ed Harris for me. Kind of, a lot of roles that I actually kind of know him for.
Fucking go. I'm sorry. I'm also watching the Royals game. I'm sorry.
I was like, I thought you were actually excited that Ed Harris was out. I thought I was like,
no. I'm excited about Ed Harris being mentioned because I love Ed Harris. But Michael Massey just hit a go-ahead home run in the bottom of the fourth to go up 4-3 against the Guardians. So we got the lead back. Okay. It was gone for a second. It's back now. Yeah. Sorry, Ed Harris.
Ed Harris is the catalyst for us coming back on top. Yeah, no, but he, like National Treasure, the not Vulture. What is he in Marvel?
Ed Harris is not.
Is he in Marvel? Who am I thinking of?
Are you thinking of Michael Keaton?
My God. Well, yeah, no, he's Vulture, but no, I'm thinking of a TV show role, and it's Lost that he's actually. I don't know why I confused it with Marvel, but I just went from TV, and I just assumed it must have been Marvel. But no, yeah, like Lost, I think that would have been my earliest exposure to him. He was interesting in there, and then I think like every time I see him, I'm never disappointed. Truman Show, being the architect and everything there was probably my favorite of him if I have to pick one. But yeah, I haven't seen Apollo 13, and I know I've heard he's in there.
I'm gonna go ahead and lob you what your actual favorite is if you're not gonna mention it.
Am I forgetting something? Just
pretty major. The Man in Black and Westworld. That's Ed Harris.
Oh, maybe that's the true TV show I was after.
That's probably what you meant.
Wow,
is my guess. And you just don't think of Westworld as just like from TV, like
yeah, that's a movie. That's
it feels like it. No, Ed Harris as the Man in Black. That would be that's my favorite. Yeah, Ed Harris, and I have to imagine it's yours too.
Now that thank you. Sorry, Ed Harris. Sorry, Westworld. Actually, that's even worse there. But yeah, no, he's I don't know, he just couldn't quite crack it, I guess. But yeah, no, he I guess a TV actor awful. I don't know. Now, I'm like, well, could he have made the one? Now I can't slip him in. Like now.
Yeah, no, but now you're like, shit. The Man in Black. That's tough. That's it's a pretty good one. And he's in it for a while too. Like he's good. Let's see. Yeah, Ed Harris. I left him off too, and it was much more begrudging for me. I really didn't like doing that. And it was mainly Westworld and the Truman Show that provided that context. But I also recently watched Glengarry Glen Ross for the first time, which has Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, John Lemon, Kevin Spacey. And it's really, really compelling, written by David Mamet, and basically just a drama about a team of real estate agents and their troubles selling real estate, which is funny. But it's really high intensity. You would never think that it would be this gripping, but it really is. And it's partially because of those performances, and Ed Harris is a big part of that. Alan Arkin also really, really good in it. Glengarry Glen Ross is my most recent Ed Harris exposure, and it made me go, shit. Really wish I would have made some room, but we're too deep now, I think, for me to move people from off the list to on it and then just pluck people out. Just a little too late. But I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'll go ahead and give you one of my leave-offs. I left off Ryan Gosling.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have Ryan Gosling. I enjoy Ryan Gosling a lot. I used to enjoy him a lot more than I currently do. Project Hail Mary brought a lot back for me as far as the charm that I find in Ryan Gosling. He's not as guilty of this as his Ryan counterpart in Reynolds.
Yes,
which is that they've reduced themselves to being like one type of guy. Now Ryan Reynolds has always been that one type of guy. The thing is that Ryan Gosling has not always been, and they're not the same type of guy, but they've both gone, let's go catch a bag in this movie that I get to be a goofy everyman who's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm playing the everyman, but I certainly don't look it. You know what I'm saying? And that makes people think it's attainable and attractive to be me. And it's what ultimately leaves him off the list. He did a lot of really, really compelling work for the first 15 to 20 years of his career. And then I just I've kind of not lost interest again. He's still really solid, and he has those moments like Project Hail Mary. I mean, he was great as Ken in Barbie. It's not that he's bad. It's that I don't feel as much effort coming off of him, as he doesn't feel as hungry as he once was.
Yeah.
But you kind of earn that. You kind of earn that at a point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And again, it feels like he's coasting by on the same level of talent. I'm like, I know you got more in you. You know, give it to me. Challenge yourself, my boy. But you know, he is making a lot of money and doing a lot of, I mean, he just
Star Wars
had a surprise. Just booked Star Wars, new Star Wars movie.
What the?
So like no hate. Just, I'm like, I know he's got it in him. I've seen it. The nice guys. God damn is he good in that.
Yeah, he's okay. A couple more than I'm remembering, but yeah, he's
The Notebook. Of course.
I do got the man, and I don't think I would have put him on here unless it was for Project Hail Mary. It really did. It was like a revitalization of kind of like, oh yeah, no wait, I do. You know,
no, and that one he is very, very good in. I remember whenever I read I think we talked about it on Geek With Me, if I'm not mistaken. Where Ryan Gosling for a while now feels like he's been taking roles written for Ryan Gosling. And this one felt like a role that Ryan Gosling was strangely befitting of.
Yes.
And that made all the difference to me. It didn't feel like it was, and you know, again, it's an adaptation, so I'm sure Ryan Gosling, you know, he produced it and he certainly had a say in the vision for the movie, but it just felt much more akin to what Ryan Gosling is capable of than some of the things he's done in the years past. But yeah, so give me another one that you left off the list.
All right. Going off kind of in the similar boat as Ed Harris, kind of like side character that I do like, but I just couldn't quite make it in, was John Turturro. Recently, you know, in the Batman, love him as Falcone.
Carmine Falcone.
I think, is very good. Severance, I still haven't seen all of it, but I did like him.
Goddamn, he's good in
there.
One.
So I guess there is some TV from him. And then I think my earliest exposure is in Transformers. He's like, I don't know, a Fed or like the FBI agent, or whoever he plays in there. But no way, he's Francisco Bernoulli in Cars. He's the is that the that it's got to be the Italian Formula One.
It's one of them. One of them's Luigi. The other is Francisco.
No, I think this is Cars 2.
Oh,
where
so he's the Italian racer.
He's like the super kind of who puts lightning in his, I don't know, humbles kind of lightning thing. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
So he goes super Italian. Wow, I got to rewatch that. Actually, knowing it's John Turturro now, but yeah, no, he's just couldn't quite crack it. But Batman almost did it. It was like,
his role as Carmine is quite enough. And I apologize if you didn't listen last week. I'm currently dog sitting, and thus I am keeping an eye on dogs who may bark in the middle of the episode. And this one was just letting somebody across the street, I'm sure, have it. Minding their own business, completely blissfully unaware of the dog that's bothered by him. It's a wonderful life. So I John Turturro, and again, hurt real bad, but I don't have him either. Recently we covered Do the Right Thing. That's a good John Turturro turn as well, where he plays a real piece of shit. You hate to see it.
That's why I forget about it. But yeah, he's he played the piece of shit well, I guess.
Oh, super well. Super well.
But yeah, it's like
I love Turturro. Just didn't make my list. Let's see what I listed for him for my top 4. I'm sure you mentioned a couple, but he is not far off my list either.
He's in
111.
Raging Bull? What the?
Yeah.
Man
The Big
at Webster
Lebowski.
Hall table. Huh.
Yeah. The Big Lebowski. He is so fucking funny in. Not a huge role, but he's a Coen Brothers regular. He pops up in a lot of their stuff. And I love him in The Big Lebowski. He's fucking hysterical. He's a bowler who takes it really seriously, and that's always really funny. But yeah, so John Turturro, good choice. I'm gonna try, and so Ryan Gosling has a connection to somebody in this episode for me, so I'm gonna try to kind of stick with that theme, as it were. Let's see. Okay. Kirsten Dunst is not in my top 100.
What the fuck? That's so... I mean, I guess it's revealing one more of mine off the list, but she's literally right after John Turturro. That is like...
That's so uncanny.
That
How
is
happened
eerie.
Twice?
That is eerie. I mean, it's one
and it's
after.
always me saying, "Oh no, I did," but it happened with James Gandolfini.
It was
last
James
week.
Gandolfini. What is going on, dude?
Yeah.
What?
Kirsten
what the
Dunst, don't
heck?
have her. I don't have her.
Man,
I
might
really
run
would
out
like
of people to announce by the end of this. I might need to add more, but yeah, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
right.
No, I love Kirsten Dunst. I really, really do. And I think that the Spider-Man trilogy with Raimi has caught her a lot of flack from misogynists.
Yeah, no, I grew up with that's my MJ. Yeah, no,
I know. I love MJ. I love her portrayal as MJ too. I think that there are times when she's absolutely poorly written, but that's far from her fault. And she does an incredible job there. But you know, most recently, a couple years ago, we saw her in Civil War. I loved that character in a movie that was kind of, I don't want to say directionless, because it certainly wasn't, but the story was kind of just implicit. I enjoyed that Kirsten Dunst really brought it to life in a way that it could have fell flat with otherwise, and for some it still did, even so. But her work with Sofia Coppola, going back to the Virgin Suicides, is heartbreaking, beautiful. Marie Antoinette is an incredible movie. I love that movie so much. She's just really, really good, and it sucks to not have her. But some people have to fall off the list, and she just happens to be one of them. I feel like I watched something with her in it pretty recently. But I don't know what. What was that? The Power of the Dog. That's another really, really good one. Bring It On, of course. I've seen a lot of Kirsten Dunst movies. That's wild. I'm looking through her catalog, and I'm like, maybe I made a mistake.
Huh.
Interview with the Vampire. Ooh, I forgot about that. She's the little girl who Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt turn into a vampire and adopt as their daughter.
Whoa. What the?
Yeah, Interview with the Vampire. Fucking awesome. We will have to cover it at some point.
Huh.
But
is she? Kate Winslet's the lead. I was like, she's an Eternal Sunshine. Of
oh
the
yeah, I'm
Spotless
like,
Mind,
that is definitely
but,
Kate Winslet. But she's in it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I almost called her Marie Antoinette. Kirsten Dunst is the shit. Unfortunately, don't have her. And talking through her like that, I kind of wish I did. But alas, it is what it is.
It's the name of the game. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, sadly. But yeah, now it's kind of the nerve-wracking time. These are the real people who are in. So now I got to justify.
You got to. Yep.
Yeah.
Now you got to tell me why you're in. And 79. Who's kicking off the episode for us?
I mean, he's recent. I guess I don't know how recently. A rest in peace. It feels kind of recent. But Val Kilmer is landing for me at 79, and man, like. I feel like was it shortly after Maverick that he actually passed away, or was
it was last year.
It was actually released.
It was last year. It was either last year or late 2024. But I'm pretty sure it was 2025.
Okay.
Yes, it was definitely 2025.
Okay, that makes sense, because I feel like I didn't always have such a visceral reaction to like his role in Maverick, but then like post his death, it like it just hits so much differently. It's like it's like, oh my god, and then just thinking back, like way back when, like he's in Heat, like I like the director's spotlight we did for Michael Mann, like I love that role.
Oh my gosh,
Batman,
he is so good in Heat.
Is just classic. Willow was fun to see him there. I know you got a lot more, I guess, history with Will than I did. It was a lot more recent for me, but like he kills it in there. And yeah, so like haven't really seen him in too much, but every role he is in, it's like, dang, he's kind of, I don't know. I do love.
I love Val Kilmer. Yeah. And so we have an overlap, just not here. It'll be later in the episode, or not later in the episode, later in the episodes, later in the series. I love me some Val Kilmer, so he will be on my list later, and I'll have a little bit more to say about him then. But yeah, I love me some Val Kilmer, man. I can't get enough, and that scene in Top Gun Maverick really does. Has a whole other. I mean, it already hit a certain way.
Yeah, it's an emotional part of the movie. That's for sure.
It's an emotional part of the movie, and like Val Kilmer had health struggles for years before he passed. So like that's why he doesn't even speak in the role, is because he's not supposed to. It was heavy. I love that scene, and I love that character, and it's a great movie. So Val Kilmer, great choice at 79. I have someone who is thankfully still with us, but he is on the older side, pushing 90 at this point. Sir Ian McKellen.
Okay.
I love Magneto. I love Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
And that is why they're here, or why he's here, you know. I've seen him in other stuff. I've enjoyed him in other stuff. You know, I look at a movie I watched recently called The Critic. Solid enough movie. Wouldn't have been nearly what it was without him in it. You know, there's a new movie out in theaters called The Christophers that I'm really, really excited about. I cannot wait to watch again because he's in it. But when I think about the amount of movies I've seen Ian McKellen in, and let's see, it's 9 or 10, 7 or 8 of them he's playing Magneto or Gandalf. And that's a lot of movies to be playing a character. So yeah, I mean, I had to have him, and I can't get enough of him when he's on screen. He demands your attention so compellingly, and he commands the screen with unbelievable grace. And I really love it. I really love it. And, you know, absolute treasure of, you know, he's a monolith in, queer culture also, as being an openly gay actor for a very long time. Ian McKellen rules. Absolutely love him.
Oh yeah. And I did not leave him out. I do got him in here, but it won't be this week or this episode. But yeah, not too far away.
I love that.
But yeah,
love that.
He's got to be in here. Had to be. But okay. Well, I guess if we're on there to a 78 now, this is where I got Tom Hardy. Good old Bane, in new Mad Max, or old Mad Max.
You really adopted the dog.
In the day. Yeah.
I was born in it.
Bane, I don't know. The Dark Knight Rises is not The Dark Knight, but it is still good. But Tom Hardy, he's like, I've never had doubts of like him as Bane. Like that voice is so iconic. Like he feels like I don't know. Like I have this feeling that he's just an actor's actor. Like he loves.
He loves this shit
in high school, or like, you know,
he's Pattinson-esque in that I don't know that I know what Tom Hardy's voice actually sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done so many different voices and so many different things. I know he's English, but beyond that, Nothing. I have no idea what he sounds like beyond what I would stereotypically expect him to. And yeah, his turn as Bane. It's special to take a comic book character. I mean, Bane was always a pretty decently big Batman villain, but people who were like just watching comic book movies never heard of Bane before Dark Knight Rises. But the image of Bane and what Bane is supposed to sound like and act like changed with Tom Hardy a little bit. Like that became what Bane's identity is to an extent, which has its good and its bad in terms of the way that the character is written. But the way that you hear him and the way that you read him, it's Tom Hardy's Bane. And I think that that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's sick. Like, and he gives, I feel like, every role his all. Like, I don't know, and he dives very deeply into it. You know, maybe not as much as Heath Ledger did as the Joker. I don't know if he was going that method with it, but no, it's still incredible. And then for like Venom as well, Eddie Brock, like he's I do love him in there too. So yeah, it's like he's everywhere he pops up is nice. I forget in Peaky Blinders. I feel like
Alfie Solomon.
It's been a while, for a while. But
he's like a fan favorite guest appearance. Like he pops up every once in a while, and you can tell it's a moment whenever Alfie shows up. They're like they kind of know what they have with him as Alfie. It's dope, and that character's evolution is fucking awesome. I actually watched a movie just the other day, kind of as a part of this project. I'm watching a lot of movies with people I either have on the list or prior to starting it, we're like on the cusp. And what I did on like May 1st was watch the movie called Locke, which is written and directed by the showrunner of Peaky Blinders. It's just a guy in his car, for an hour and 25 minutes. He's talking on the phone, trying to maintain, he's trying to keep every ball in his life in the air. And he's doing everything he can without being able to control it. Literally, he has to just talk everybody through it, or do his best to. And there's not a twist, but there's something that happens about 15 minutes in where you learn like where he's going. That like I won't reveal because it gives it like I literally sank into my seat and was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna want to watch this. You know, I was like, this is gonna be dope. I'm gonna like this. And it's just him on his way to this place the whole time. That's all the movie is him on the phone talking to people. It's just him. It never cuts away. He is on screen for 85 minutes.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, and you again, kind of like how I mentioned Glengarry Glen Ross, where you wouldn't think it would be intense or that like I wouldn't say this one is like high tension, you know, like on the edge of your seat type shit. But like it's just like hearing some tea you can't step away from. Like it's just like, oh, you've got shit going on. Okay, like I've got to hear it. I love it. So. Yeah, I can't wait to get to Tom Hardy. I do have him. And that one was what bumped him up the list. If you can carry a movie like that for 85 minutes and really have me in it, yeah, I'm going to dig that. So had to have him. Yeah. Got Tom Hardy on here, and I appreciate that you had him here. I will definitely be getting to him later. I have one that I think folks might think is a little low, but I've already said a ton of names that people will probably think are a little low. At 78, I have Natalie Portman.
Yes.
Love me some Natalie Portman. Obviously grew up on Padme Amidala. And for years, that was all I really knew her as. For a very long time, that was all I really knew her as. But, you know, in recent years, I opened myself up to, you know, V for Vendetta for the first time. And I loved her in that. I watched Black Swan for the first time, and she is so fucking good. Oh, sorry, just burped. May December a couple years ago. That was so damn good, and she was so damn good in it. And of course, the Thor movies, that was the other thing that Padme, about 10 years later, here came Thor, and therein I had another little bit to, Yes. Sorry, someone just hit a home run again.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Isaac Collins, baby.
Natalie
We are
Portman.
up 5-3. Natalie
Harris and
Portman
Natalie
and John
Portman,
Turturro.
you know.
Yeah, Ed
Or
Harris.
was it-
That
yeah,
was it.
right.
It was Ed Harris.
Ed
It was
Harris
Ed
and
Harris.
Natalie Portman.
All
That's,
right.
what a combo.
All right. I wonder if there's a chain there that we can find. That might be the next
There
chain
is
game.
with Val Kilmer in Heat. Natalie Portman is the daughter of Al Pacino.
That's
I
right.
believe.
That's right.
yeah,
She is in
so-
Heat. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Whoa.
So there is somewhat of a connection. But
Yeah, I love me some Natalie Portman, and I can't get enough of her. But it felt weird putting her this low. I almost feel like I have to justify why she's this low, but she's above some greats. So I love Natalie Portman. So 78.
Yeah, Padme and V kind of they carried her pretty high. It is 2 roles, but Padme is
Jane
pivotal.
Foster is also pretty dope for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like I don't. A lot of people dog on the Thor: Love and Thunder movie. I enjoyed
It's
it.
fun.
You know,
It's
it
fun.
wasn't anything crazy, but no, like the it made my heart feel good. You know, it was cute.
a happy movie.
It was the kid. You know, the kids win, and it felt very good. But yeah, we'll get to Natalie
Guys.
Portman definitely
Hey.
later. And yeah, the dogs know. They understand. It's Natalie Portman on the microphone.
Got to
you
bark
know,
for Natalie Portman.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if that's what it took, I mean, I usually don't stoop that, or I wouldn't. But man, if it's Natalie Portman asking, I
Would.
feel like I'm there's no
I'm
hesitation.
there.
I feel it's just kind of yeah, but yeah, completely flipping the script, I guess, on Natalie Portman here, for 77, is where I have Daniel Kaluuya. So I in this one, like, yeah, might feel a little low, I guess. But you know, I love him in Nope, love him in Get Out. You know, 2 absolute bangers of movies that he has for me, and I love the Jordan Peele combination. I need them to go on forever and keep going. So yeah, two movies that he has led and done very, very well in. So like I'm not, you know, the talent. I think it is there, but yeah, I think it was just a matter of, I don't know, and yeah, maybe a one that I do feel like I do have to justify why it is so low, but it's kind of reverse from Natalie Portman, where it's like newer. I think maybe it's a newer relationship.
You just haven't seen him as much as you would like to. I will be honest. I have Daniel Kaluuya, and he's just a little. A little low compared to where I have him. I love me some Daniel Kaluuya, and judging by what you're saying, where it's just you also have Black Panther,
Yep.
where he plays. You got Across the Spider-Verse, where he plays Hobie. Sicario, where he pops up as Emily Blunt's friend.
Oh yeah, the cowboy bar, or was
yeah.
Or was it there or no? I don't know why. I feel like, was he in there? Yeah.
Well, he's in the bar. I can't remember if it's Cowboy Bar, but he's definitely in that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. No, I really fuck with Daniel Kaluuya, and that's the thing, is he snuck into a lot of stuff. Like I've seen him in a lot more than I would have thought, and so yeah, I do have him a little higher up. And I have a couple more where he's led under my belt, so that makes it a little bit more, a little easier to go with him. But I like that pick. I'll have him a little bit later on. But I'm going with another really, really popular actress that it feels strange to have this low. But 77 is where I have Margot Robbie.
Okay.
Love me some Margot Robbie. Specifically, and people, I love her in Barbie. Don't get me wrong. That's third on my list here. But Babylon and Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn and Nellie Leroy. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite Margot Robbie turns. Fourth is her one scene in Asteroid City.
Yes, the wife that played my actress.
Yes, yeah, she is so fucking good in that one scene in Asteroid City. But yeah, I love me some Margot Robbie. It's always going to intrigue me if the movie has Margot Robbie in it. And that used to be when I was a dumb kid who was attracted to nothing but women, all the time. That used to be on the idea that Margot Robbie is really hot. Yes, I would love to see Margot Robbie in anything. Now it's because she is, yes, hot, but also really, really, really good at acting. And I've really enjoyed her for a long time now. I watched Wolf of Wall Street was my introduction to her when I was like 15, which'll do it.
Yep. That's it. That seals the deal. I feel like.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
over
prime
from there.
time for our 8, to when it's coming
Yeah.
out. So it's just kind of we were the
Yeah,
primary
really,
targets.
really, really, really good in that movie. And definitely much better than I remember her being when I was that age. But she's a super talented actress, and I really love everything she brings to the table. The one movie that she just released that I have not watched yet, Wuthering Heights. I'm not excited for it. Just because I love Margot Robbie. I'm really, really digging Jacob Elordi. But Emerald Fennell, the director and writer of that movie, just does not do it for me at all. And I never feel good about saying that, but oh my God, she's made some shitters. Also did Saltburn, which is...
That I've heard a lot about. Still haven't seen it, but man, have you heard a lot about Saltburn?
You've heard a lot about Saltburn. I liked Promising Young Woman more than I liked Saltburn. And again, nothing that's ever wrong with Emerald Fennell movies is the way they look. Those are gorgeous movies. I kind of wish she would just, and her cinematographer does work for other people and does make better movies. But Linus Sandgren, really, really talented cinematographer, shot a lot of really good movies and shoots Emerald Fennell's, and Wuthering Heights looks gorgeous and has very hot people in it. But Heathcliff isn't a white man, so there's also that. Okay. But yeah, wow. Margot Robbie, love her. Okay. 77.
This just barely snuck her way out of this episode. But yeah, we'll be... I guess brought up this week, so I guess spoilers maybe a little bit for next part. But yeah, not too far.
That's what's important.
Not too far apart at all. So, but yeah, love. She had to be. I feel like her iconicism alone. Like I don't know. She is. There's no one that can really compare to Marilyn Monroe. That's impossible to kind of fill those shoes. But I don't like who is the most recognizable female actress on the planet right now. Maybe
probably Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I think it just might be her.
I mean, Barbie is massive for that reason.
Yeah.
It was. Were you at the trivia night? No, you weren't, because we tried to phone a friend. Trenton tried to phone a friend about a movie question.
Damn.
And he was on the other team, and I was like, ooh, I hope he don't answer, because I was like, you could know it. I'm not saying you would have known it. But regardless,
do you remember the
this
question?
It was a question about who are these villains? What franchise are these villains a part of? And it was like Owen Davian, Walker. Walker something. I remember it took me until Owen Davian, because I really love him. I really love Philip Seymour Hoffman as Owen Davian in Mission Impossible 3. It was a Mission Impossible question.
Shit. I don't know if I would have recognized the names. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, you might not have, because it took me a while to. But like, I was like, he could know it, and I didn't like the idea of you answering that phone just in case. I ended up stealing that answer, and it was gold. But another question later on was, it was a series of questions. It gave you one hint, and then it gave you 3 more hints, and Trenton goes, I was the highest grossing actress in 2023. I went Margot Robbie. And he went, I was born in Australia. I went Margot Robbie. I was once a supermodel, Margot Robbie. I just kept going. It's Margot Robbie. And, they ultimately gave us the points early on, but I was like, instantly, it's Margot Robbie because of Barbie, dude. That was a massive movie. And she did have a good 2023. Babylon came out in December of 2022. Yeah. Not a super high grossing movie, but when you make $1 billion movie like Barbie, any little bit counts after that. Asteroid City also in 2023. Obviously
Damn.
didn't make a ton of money either, but she was a part of it. So she was busy. She was booked and busy in 2023, and I think it kind of launched her into another status. So yeah, Barbie, Margot Robbie, 77.
There we go. Yeah, I'd say if Barbie were to come out nowadays and Marilyn was still, or if Barbie were to come out in Marilyn's time, she would have been Barbie. Like, I feel like that's come on. You know, who else is going to play Barbie?
Would have been a very
Marilyn
different
Monroe.
movie, but yes, it would have, you know, and she has the Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend number in Birds of Prey, where she is literally doing a Marilyn Monroe number on screen. So that helps with that association as well.
True. Yeah. But all right. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about her again here shortly, eventually. But in the meantime, we'll head on to another Sir on the list, another knighted. But I believe in his case, he renounced his knighthood. Actually, I don't know why. I didn't look into that. So I'm not going to call him Sir, but he was at one point. This is Anthony Hopkins. Another, I guess I'm not going to miss the Westworld reference here this time.
No.
Luckily, like the arch, you know, he's Ed Harris. Wait, what the heck? It's like they're both of the architects, you know, or like the architect character build type. And yeah, so but no, I guess Anthony
Now
Hopkins.
that you've
actually
mentioned Ed Harris, I'm sure Michael Garcia is going to hit a home run here, as we just came back up to hit in the bottom.
And that's my boy. Garcia is my boy. That's
I love Michael Garcia.
Okay, I got
a big fan. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Anthony Hopkins, Westworld, definitely one of my favorite Anthony Hopkins roles. But you know, I mentioned Natalie Portman a little bit ago, and he is in those with and Thor with Natalie Portman.
Oh
so
my God,
you know,
yeah.
there's the other
Odin.
one.
He's
Odin.
That's
But Natalie Portman and Ed Harris are who we hit home runs on. So now we've managed to mention both of them in connection to Anthony Hopkins. Michael Garcia grounded out, but Bobby Witt's coming up, baby. Let's get it going.
It's out of here. Yep. Bobby's got us. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins is I feel like there was oh man, he was like the Emperor, or in like it was a movie my dad was just watching, or maybe like a TV show. Man, I forget.
Rebel
it was
Moon?
some biblical. No, I don't think so. Maybe Mary. Yeah, I guess. Wow, it is one of his most recent ones. Yeah, it was just a biblical movie, and he was the I think like the Roman emperor at the time. And basically just, I don't know, he loves to play, like, royalty roles. Or I don't know, I feel like he is always
He has that air about him. Yeah, he has that air about him.
Yeah, really
He's
good
got a
narrator.
He's got a regal vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible connection with him, as well as he was in MI2 as the guy giving Tom Cruise his assignment.
Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Wow. So they're everywhere. I guess he's been in the game for a while.
I haven't mentioned Silence of the Lambs simply because, honest confession, I've never seen it.
It's a long
never
time.
seen Silence of the Lambs.
Not seen it as a good, the movie watcher. I don't know, when I was 13 or 14, around that age. Yeah. So, but creepy. I remember. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a creepy movie. But I don't
notched a Best Actor nomination with like 13 minutes of screen time or something like that. Like Best Leading Actor, and he had like a fraction of the screen time. It was something insane.
Damn. Yeah.
Power of playing a psychopath, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to just go all out. And he, not usually the roles I see him in or know him for. But yeah, I guess he's got the range to do it. But yeah, I had to. Odin, Westworld. I forget his, I guess, name in Westworld. But no, yeah, those two alone are just kind of goated roles I've always loved. I mean, I was obsessed and had an Odin theory at one point that fucking made me go down the deepest rabbit hole.
It was not just a theory; it was a slideshow.
It was too much. I mean, I don't know why I thought I was so sure. I'm like, dude, this is where they're going, or like this is Odin's the key. It's gonna unlock everything.
Dr. Ford, by the way. Dr. Robert Ford in Westworld.
Okay.
I was like, Ford, it was Dr. something, and I couldn't find it. We went 3 up and 3 down, so Anthony Hopkins, you're dead to me.
Dang. To maybe your knighthood renouncal was... I think he did it, I guess, himself. I don't think it was forced upon him. Yeah,
I did it just now.
But if you still had it,
it was such a massive moment. It rippled backwards through time, and it's already available information as trivia in various spots.
Now, ma'am, Anthony Hopkins or madam, what's the
dame?
What's the dame? Oh, that's right. I'm like, ma'am, that's definitely not it. At one,
ma'am,
ma'am. Yeah, no, but no. But no dame either. No regal, no royal titles for you anymore.
Nope, because the Royals didn't hit a home run. Oh my God,
royalty. Dang it! It's crazy.
It all comes together. I'm fried. By the way, I took an edible about an hour ago, and I'm just in the fucking thick of it right now. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins, he's the shit. He's so good. And he's been so good for a long time. And I don't have Anthony Hopkins, I won't lie. But it was not an easy exclusion by any stretch. I really, really fuck with Anthony Hopkins. So good choice. Man. Shit. Yeah, we're getting to that point in the list where like everything's like, no. Already? You?
Like I'm hesitating. I'm like,
what happened? Man. How'd you end up here? And then I like scroll up a little bit. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, no.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, and like, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I'm looking at the couple above them and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I feel that way, but we're here. So I'm going to say it. 76 is where I have Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
I love some Oscar Isaac, and most recently Frankenstein, of course, as Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Poe Dameron, quintessential to Oscar Isaac. Star Wars Day was earlier this week, and I celebrated accordingly. And that included a little Poe Dameron. I watched about half of The Force Awakens this morning while I drew in my little sketchbook.
Nice.
And part of that was like, I've got an Oscar Isaac mention coming later today. I might as well go ahead and throw an Oscar Isaac movie on. So I threw on The Force Awakens. But best movie of his, The Last Jedi. Hottest movie of his, The Rise of Skywalker. If we're talking just the Star Wars movies. Outside of that, it's a much more difficult decision. Dune, Jesus.
Yeah. A holy war in that man's name right there.
Oh, and he is fine as fuck. He looks good. Also really, really hot as Apocalypse in the X-Men movies. No, I'm just kidding. But no, love him.
The makeup is interesting, yeah. Moon Knight, that suit,
Moon Knight,
dude.
of course. We just covered At Eternity's Gate. He was Paul Gauguin in that. We like that. Love me some Oscar Isaac. And there's some pretty big blind spots of his that I haven't seen. Ex Machina. Never watched Ex Machina. Definitely know that I need to. Apparently he's in Drive with Ryan Gosling. I didn't know that anybody else was in that movie besides Ryan Gosling. All I know about that movie is that Ryan Gosling wears a jacket. Because that jacket's iconic. If people wear that jacket, they buy that jacket. So that's all I know about Drive. And apparently now Oscar Isaac is also in it. Inside Llewyn Davis, we mentioned the Coen brothers a little bit ago for the John Turturro mention. The Card Counter. There's some big ones that I really need to get around to. And love me some Oscar Isaac. So I watch those. Maybe he shoots up the list. Another Across the Spider-Verse guy. You mentioned Daniel Kaluuya. He is the villain in that movie, Miguel O'Hara.
Or O'Hara, not Herrera. O'Hara. Yes, yeah, that's a
Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, I still need still need that last part there. I still am
coming soonish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's not the rushed 1-year project, but I mean, it's
Isn't it crazy that was originally supposed to come out 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Like that was the timeline they thought they were gonna have. They were like, we're gonna make this one, and then the next one will be out a year later. No fucking shot, dude. Like, I remember when they said that, I was like, that's not possible. I was like, you're
when it took
not
5
doing
years
that.
to make the first one.
Why
I mean, like,
even
it's like,
on what planet were you planning on pulling that off? How did you think that was possible? But neither here nor there. Oscar Isaac is the shit. And I love seeing him every time. And I've got him at 76.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got him. I got him on here. That's for sure. The love for him goes deep, or he's up there. So for a little while, but we will get back to him eventually. And in the meantime, at the midway point here, 75 is where I have Joaquin Phoenix. I guess royalty-ish, from Anthony Hopkins on. We have Commodus.
Not worthy of his royalty, yeah.
Not at all. And then Napoleon Bonaparte as well, and
also
Napoleon.
not worthy of his royalty, yeah.
So just renounced royalty, kind of the theme going on here. Joker, maybe the most deserving of royalty, crazy enough out of these three people. I think maybe actually the most deserving. Killing Robert De Niro as just a late night host, I think that's an unforgivable sin. You
can't have it, won't have it.
But no, it's I love me some Joaquin Phoenix. Just another actor that, like, if he's in a movie, it's just kind of like, oh no, you got the talent. It is
all the more intriguing. Yeah, it's all the more intriguing because Joaquin Phoenix is there. I don't have Joaquin Phoenix, and don't get me wrong. Like you said, if he's in a movie, you know that he's going to be at least interesting in it. I won't say that he's infallible and he's been perfect in everything, but it's going to be at least he's going to be a fucking weirdo a little bit, it's kind of his bag. And he also leads a lot of movies, and therefore, it's going to be a weird fucking movie if he's the lead. And Beau is Afraid a couple years ago is a big one that I go to for him. A really, really, really strange movie by Ari Aster that I quite enjoyed. The Master, Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that with him. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I played Johnny Cash in the Johnny Cash biopic Walk the Line. Signs, that's a big one. That's one of the
Royals Connection.
My favorite.
He'd fucking knock it out of the park. The fucking you heard him grip the bat, whenever he beat the shit out of that alien. I mean, yeah, he's that was like a pivotal moment. Like, I don't know why. I'm not a violent person whatsoever, but ever since seeing that moment in a movie, I wanted the opportunity to beat the shit out of an alien with a baseball bat. Like, just I don't know why, but it was such a cool
specific
scene.
desire.
It was just such like, oh my god, like it maybe it was just like maybe I just didn't see it as attraction at that. I think it's just kind of like strangely hot, like a just it's with a bat. I don't know. It's like it's just kind of a sick ass. I just was obsessed with it as a kid, and but yeah, I think I'm much more in the camp of I'd be friends with the aliens. I hope, I think if I try to pick a fight with an alien, I'm dead. That's
my boy. Yeah, we kick it. That's for real. Yeah, no, Joaquin Phoenix, he's good, man. I watched a movie recently with him called To Die For, led by Nicole Kidman. And he is, again, really, really good in it. And it is, again, a weird fucking movie. That one's a Gus Van Sant movie, the guy who did Good Will Hunting, actually.
Ooh.
You wouldn't go to him and go, he probably made a weird fucking movie with Nicole Kidman and Joaquin Phoenix, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Didn't know he had it in him, really. Mostly because most of my context for him was Good Will Hunting. But love me some Joaquin Phoenix. Just don't have him. I think he's always really interesting, and that bodes well for me. A lot more interestingly than just being like, you're the same guy and everything, and sure, I like you, but like, okay,
Yeah, and just Gladiator is just I love that movie. I don't know, it's like a war movie.
God.
I could just fully get behind. 2002.
I'm compelled by the fact that you have him higher than Russell Crowe. No,
Russell Crowe. Yeah, I already had him. Yeah, I guess true. I guess yeah. Then Maximus himself, and yeah, I don't know. I think like Joker, like just maybe it's more recent. I've seen him. I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of it did beat him out.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, no, not like,
yeah.
Man, why would you do that? No, just interesting. Like,
Yeah,
that, like, since you didn't make the connection consciously while you were making the list to go, I think I like Commodus more than I like Maximus, at least, maybe not specifically in that movie, but, you know, as the actors themselves. I think that's interesting. No, I love me some Joaquin Phoenix, especially as Commodus. He is a scummy, vile piece of shit in that, and it's really, really good.
God, he's got to look so drippy while doing it too. Those costumes.
God, he looks great.
Incredible
costumes.
Purple,
yeah,
white, the gold. Like, God, we need to bring. Why? Come on, like, why it shouldn't take role playing.
Where's the tunic?
Or you know, like,
where's the toga?
Yeah, let's just start dressing like that again. It's just it. It was a peak of civilization. You know, they did fall and all, but like maybe if we start dressing like that, it's not good. But no, I mean, let's. They knew what they were.
Empire's crumbling. Who wants that?
Definitely not. Yeah, no.
No.
That's
what? No.
But but yeah,
yeah.
Joaquin right at the tippy top of that.
The shit. Like that a lot. I've got another. You know, we've brought up Mission Impossible a couple times, and this one we've got a small Mission Impossible connection here at 75. She was in one Mission Impossible movie, and spoiler alert, she gets kicked out of a building in it. This is where I have Léa Seydoux.
Yes.
The Beast is what I
La Bête.
really love her for. La Bête. Yeah, she's really, really great in The Beast. And that's really, like, there are only a couple people that are on this list for as close to one performance as I can possibly get. You know, like, you've been in other things and I like you in other things, but fuck, I love you in this, and that's why you're on this list. Léa Seydoux in The Beast is like that. She's also, you know, the French Dispatch. It's always going to be a favorite of mine. Absolutely adore her as the muse for Benicio del Toro's painter character.
Yeah.
Again, Mission Impossible 4, badass, you know, femme fatale, assassin lady. She's also been in some weird shit, like she's been in a Yorgos Lanthimos movie. She's been in The Lobster, which is a really, really compelling movie, and I like a lot. Dune Part 2, Grand Budapest Hotel. Semi-West regular. She's returned. She's been around. She plays a small role in Inglourious Bastards, and she's really good there. So, like, she's just been around the block, and it's these last few years where she's been booking those. Yeah, she booked a lead role in The Beast that really, really hooked me, and I like her a lot. So, Léa Seydoux, had to have her, and I've got her in the 75th percentile.
Okay. Yeah, I guess one that was in a consideration, but then just didn't quite make it in. But yeah, the Beast that's such a good. I don't know. That movie was awesome, and like I think I've only seen it the one time with you in your basement or sub basement there.
Yeah, on the projector. Yeah,
that was sick. And like I don't know, it was such a cool movie, and like it just had me thinking for like a week straight. I couldn't get it out of my head whatsoever.
We also watched it in the throes of Fire Pod with me, so like we were lynch pilled and everything, and like that really adds to it. It's it was a great time to view that movie, and I mean Léa Seydoux, she's awesome, man. I don't know. I don't know how you don't like Léa Seydoux, so I'm in. I like her. I want to like her more too. 75 doesn't feel low compared to some of the other names. Feels high even compared to some of the other names, but I want her to rise higher. Like her a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And moving back to back, some kind of iconic women here. Or I don't know if Léa Seydoux is quite iconic here, or yet.
To me,
but it feels the role she has. But
all women are iconic, you know.
This one, I guess, it might seem crazy low, but then it was like, well, it is really only one role. Big blind spot that I have to get to eventually that could actually really tip the waters. But she did. The reason she's in here is her one role is just, oh my god, and it's Kate Winslet in Titanic. You know, it's like that one role does
That's
it
enough.
enough. So like, yeah, it was like, okay, yeah, no, you deserve to be in here. But then even 74 feels low for her. But I think it was just, I do love Titanic. That's a pivotal movie in my just life. Like, I mean, that's like a movie that you just always know is goated from the jump.
Yeah.
Like it's, and then it only gets better as like I don't know, like I didn't know what love is. I don't think I still do, but like now that I'm just not a child anymore watching it, like it's a whole different movie, or like it wasn't a
I
romance
would jump
movie to
off
me
a
ever.
life raft onto
yeah.
a sinking ship
Mhm.
to die with
Yeah.
you. That's
Damn.
that's
And
that's
that-
pretty strong. That's
Oh.
if that's not love, I don't know what is. Exactly.
So yeah, and
Love me some Kate Winslet, man. I took a risk here because I wasn't sure if you would go with the one performance is enough strat. But I was like, I think he will. So I left Kate Winslet off.
okay.
And same logic, just went the other direction. I have not watched Kate Winslet in hardly anything else, if anything else. I've never seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I brought that up with my Jim Carrey pick earlier.
Yeah.
It is just Titanic as far as I know. And even so, I mean, she came close. I thought of her and I thought, man, maybe I should she was in Avatar 3. Forgot she's one of the she is one of the
I still haven't seen
Na'vi
that.
in
Yeah.
Avatar 3. I forgot about that. And Avatar 2. I forgot. Oh yeah, she's one of the water Na'vi. I forgot about that. Yeah, she's good in that. She is good in that. But yeah, so even so, that's not exactly something that you would go, oh, well, obviously I've seen Kate Winslet in Avatar as one of the aliens. No, yeah, I know we did that for Zoe Saldana last week, but that's about it. Yeah, it's genuinely just Titanic. I've never seen Sense and Sensibility. I really want to. Never seen it. Yeah, so I couldn't comfortably commit to Kate Winslet being a top 100. So I'm super thankful that you did because, I mean, we've talked about Titanic before. We did earlier this year on my birthday, in fact. And there's been very, very few leading ladies who have been shot, written, performed, and executed so lovingly and like just it's designed for everyone to fall in love with, and I don't think it's ever been that effective. You know, I don't know that anyone else has ever like the closest is Ingrid Bergman, Casablanca. Like that's it. And even then, I don't think it quite does what James Cameron managed with Kate Winslet in Titanic, which is saying a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, the one role wasn't. I thank you for putting Leah Seydoux, and then I think a very nice trade, a good trade offer. I think to include both of them in here, they needed to be so. But yeah, I thought Titanic was definitely enough. I mean that's like that's just been a That's what the movie like the movie was for me just growing up for I don't know how long. Like that's just what's the best movie you've ever seen? Well, it's Titanic. I don't know.
It's Titanic, yeah.
It's like it's 3 hours, but you don't give a fuck. It's like no, we're watching Titanic. Every family sleepover, we watched Titanic. It was just kind of like we would argue what movie to watch forever, and then we just end up throwing Titanic.
Oh,
on
well,
every
fuck
time.
it. I guess Titanic. Yeah.
But yeah, and then we had to leave the room whenever Jack dragged me like we were pretty French girls, and then eventually we were old enough to finally see the whole thing. But that's the only part we weren't allowed to see growing up. But
I watched that with my girlfriend when I was 13, and she covered my eyes during that scene.
It's just it's classic.
I've seen it all before.
Yeah.
Specifically on Kate Winslet. I've seen this scene, is what I'm saying to you.
Yes. It's and not. Yeah, I don't. Where I guess we're going back to the young mind camp a little bit, but not that hard to remember. It's not. I'm not gonna forget that scene really because it is beautiful. Like that's just a beautiful woman right there. And from I don't know my very young age, that's gonna just stay in the mind very easily. And yeah, so but no, it's it's much more the whole movie of Titanic there. Like that's she might as well have died on that ship. I don't know, like that's a real person right there. Like that's like that was the documentary of the Titanic.
Is Rose, yeah.
Like that I thought that's like, oh well, this is, I mean, it is a real event, you know, it did really happen, but like the movie was so good, it's just like, well, no, this is my headcanon, because the best case scenario, you know, at least we have some light to look at instead of just pure tragedy. So yeah, it's
still pretty tragic. Pretty nothing,
it's
pretty much
good.
Nothing but.
It's not good, but this is
not good at all.
Somewhat sweeter.
There's something of a silver lining, I suppose, in that this woman saw and found her freedom and the love of Jack, but I love it. I love that pick. And I've got someone I'm a little bit more, I've got a little bit more under the belt for at 74. This is my tie to Kirsten Dunst. I mentioned her as the one I left off. I'm going with her husband at 74, Jesse Plemons.
Yo. Okay. I think I've probably been told this before, but not one that sticks in the mind. Wow. Okay. What a that's a couple right there. Just both. Oh yeah,
absolutely. I love Jesse Plemons. Obviously, they were together or not together, but appeared together in the movie Civil War.
Wow.
Sorry, where Jesse Plemons plays the, what kind of American are you scene, and just does it brilliantly. Like, there are very few actors that could have made that scene as menacing and casually vile as he did. He's really, really good at that kind of desensitized villain role, I think to Breaking Bad, when I cite that there. That's one I think of with him a lot. It's kind of similar to the role or the archetype he played in Begonia most recently, where, villain is a stretch and certainly not desensitized, but like he's up to some strange shit, and like the whole movie, and you can't decide whether or not you're on his side pretty much the whole movie. And it's really, really compelling. Another favorite of mine, Game Night. How can that be profitable for Frito-Lay? That's a great line read. I love me some. I love me. How can that be profitable for Frito-Lay?
Dude, yeah, he's interesting. Yeah, for some reason, I feel like he could be Philip Seymour Hoffman's child. They just I don't know why
he's played Philip Seymour Hoffman's child.
Is that
the Master? I mentioned that for Joaquin Phoenix a second ago. He plays Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid in The Master.
Am I just?
You'd remember if you'd seen The Master. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. Wow.
I don't think you have either. I think
he plays literally
Philip,
son. Like,
yeah.
But not like it's the move. He is Philip Seymour Hoffman is still playing a character, right? Like,
yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman is playing Jesse Plemons' character's dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But what a weird. I mean, I think
he is not playing Cooper Hoffman, for example.
Yeah. So I guess it was brought up in the episode. But yeah, I don't know what they. Wow. I guess they do just look similar. But yeah,
no, they do. I love me some Jesse Plemons, and Scorsese, becoming a Scorsese guy. He was in The Irishman. He was in Killers of the Flower Moon. Come down here to see about the murders.
Black Mirror. Oh my God, he's a guy that made a simulation of his friends
the USS Callister. In the Star Trek universe, Kristen Milioti is in that episode. In those episodes, I should say.
Oh man,
as they got a sequel to that episode in the most recent one, I think, most recent season. But
I haven't seen that. Oh, okay,
I haven't seen it either, but I know that they're. I know that they are in it together. Game over. Royals win 5-3, 2-0 in the series. Let's go.
All right. Philip Seymour Hoffman join Jesse Plemons.
No.
Sorry.
Jesse Plemons joining the tier. Royalty, baby. I love me some Jesse Plemons. So I had to have him. And 74 again feels low, but damn dog, I don't know. He's the shit. And I love seeing him. anytime he pops up, anywhere he pops up, I'm in. His work with Lanthimos, Kinds of Kindness, Begonia, really, really compelling. Kinds of Kindness, I think he should have been nominated for an Oscar for. Like, he plays 3 different roles because it's an anthology film, and he does them all so fucking good. Yeah, no, I love him. I love Jesse Plemons, so had to have him. Got him here at 74.
Yeah, all right. Well, on to 73 is where TV carried kind of for the most part. And the movies are just kind of supplemental. This Thrones, I think, is a TV show that did carry some people for me. But right now, this is Sean Bean, our Ned Stark, right here. Boromir in Lord of the Rings, I can't discount. Like, I do love him, here, but like, I'm loving Ned a whole lot more.
I'm loving Ned.
Yeah. And only one season, with him that you get. That's all. That's all you get. Not even quite a full season at that. You got to spend one episode without him. Sorry, for spoiling Game of Thrones for you right now. But yeah, no, he's Ned Stark is just kind of he lingers for the rest of the show, even though he's not in it.
Yeah, he's got he's in it at a couple points later on. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
there's some Ned Stark in it. There's a little more Ned Stark in it. Who knows why? Who knows why he wasn't in the entire first season? He pops up again. Crazy. I can tell you that much. Ned Stark does. Sean Bean doesn't, but Ned Stark does. I love me some Sean Bean, man, and he has a habit of dying on screen in pretty tragic fashion.
Damn.
Long history of it.
Wow.
I remember I watched, just a shitty little straight to Amazon movie that came out last year. I can't even remember what it was called, but it had Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, Nick Muhammad, I think is his name. I might be butchering that, but I think that's what his name is. Fuck. I wish I could remember the movie's name. That would be a lot easier, but, Sean Bean's in it. And he plays like this scumbag, dirtbag cop, and I'm like, he's gonna die in this, isn't he? And then he gets shot and dies. Yeah. It's and not tragically. It's just he gets shot and dies, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Safe assumption to make. Yeah, maybe when entering a movie with him, but yeah, no. The only other one I know him from is Troy, another war movie I don't mind actually. He's Odysseus in Troy. And yeah, he's my dad. I guess that was always on screen, just a lot commonly. So, I guess I had a little pre-exposure to Ned Stark from me in Troy, but never was I paying too much attention. Like, it was always a movie that, like, no, this is too adult. You can't really stay and watch, so you got to walk upstairs. But I'd walk down, grab a snack, and grab it for a little.
You'd catch
longer
it every once in a while,
yeah. So that's just how often my father played that movie, but.
You're like, I think I could piece it together. Yeah. Damn it. I'm going to find this fucking movie. I know I just got to go to the 2025 ranking list because it's towards the bottom. Deep Cover. That's it. Okay. I got it right. It was Nick Muhammad. Paddy Considine is also in that. Hey, another great Thrones name. Sean Bean had a little Thrones crossover there. Yeah, no, love that. The woman who plays what's her face in House of the Dragon? She becomes like the master of whisperers. Her and Rhaenyra have the gay moment in season 2 where they make out, and you're like, okay, yes, please. Oh
my god.
Sanaya Mizuno is the actress's name, but what's the character's name? That's gonna kill me. I'm gonna have to get the answer. Yes.
Is that it? House of the Dragon is Massaria, known as the White Worm.
Yeah, Massaria.
Yeah, White Worm. I think that's
White Worm is what I was looking for. I was like, something snake. No, White Worm. That's what I was looking for. But Massaria, that's right. Deep Cover, entertaining enough. Just, not great. But Sean Bean is in that, and he gets shot, and it's a good scene.
He just dies. Yeah, dude has a
habit. He dies. He has a habit of it.
Yep. But 70, yeah, he I guess right above Kate Winslet, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's such a weird to compare, like to directly compare, cuz like has he done quite a Kate Winslet in Titanic? I don't think so. Like Ned Stark was.
And Ned Stark's probably about as close as you can get. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean shit. I mean, I guess you do get 9 episodes of it, and it is that good that it does stick with you for forever. I mean, yeah, he's
I'd be willing to bet he has 3 hours of screen time across those 9 hours of television.
That's true. Yeah, it's probably only one movie, like 2 max, like that,
and more screen time than Kate Winslet got in Titanic, because that is one movie that is 3 hours, and it cuts away from her. Like that's just something that happens. So, I'd be willing to bet that 10-hour season of television, Sean Bean was probably on it for 3 hours. I don't know. I'm pulling that number out of my ass. I could be way overshooting it. I tend to do that. Like screen time, you'd be astonished how little screen time gets spread around. Like you're like, wow, I like them that much and they're only on screen that much. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
So,
someone has a complete screen time breakdown of every single
I knew you'd be able to find this. Yeah.
In Game of Thrones. Holy shit. I mean, Tyrion Lannister, holy shit. Is Tyrion? Yeah, it just blows everyone away. Which is crazy.
How many minutes is that, or hours?
Time in minutes. Oh, interesting. Wow. Tyrion leads with not even 300 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm like 3 hours is probably way overshooting it even.
Where's Ned?
Yeah, I'm like, and that's the thing, is that it's literally the amount of time they are on your screen, that you are looking at them. They could be in the scene, but the camera could not be on them. And that does not count towards their screen time. So that's part of it too.
He's right at, if not just barely above 100 minutes. So
so an hour and 40 minutes of screen time, which
I would
is
not have expected
still a ton of time on your screen. There are entire movies that are an hour and 40 minutes. I just mentioned a Tom Hardy movie that's 85 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes, and he's on screen every second of that movie, and it's still not as much as that. So like that's still a ton of time to be on screen. An hour and 40 minutes, and it's more than enough to really, really fall in love with the character. But man, yeah, Sean Bean is a great pick. I've got a guy at 74 who's dabbled. He's gone into television a couple times. He's dipped his toe in the water. But he belongs on the big screen. It's where he lives. It's where he's made a killing. It's where we've all fallen in love. And I mean all of us, everybody alive. He might as well be our Lord and Savior. Matthew Lillard at 73. Almost criminally low. Criminally low.
Yeah,
I tried to remove my religion. I tried to take my religion out of it to remove that sort of bias. Otherwise, it's one. Scooby-Dooism. It's hard. It's hard to shake, but the bias. I had to shake it. I expect that several Christians would have a tough time not putting Jim Caviezel at the top of their list or something. But I might not even be getting his first name right.
I do think Shaggy would also like that you're not just automatically putting him at one, and that you're giving others a chance. He recognizes,
that's the spirit of Scooby-Dooism.
Yeah. So like he knows, and everyone else kind of does. So it's kind of just the next people you do have though from this point on are purely the holiest picks. These are truly the top tier of actors.
Oh
now.
yeah, absolutely.
We've entered another.
It's really just a set of it's really just a bar that lets you know this is how seriously I take the next 72 people. 73 Matthew Lillard, Scooby-Doo, obviously Shaggy, grew up on that shit. So Matthew Lillard's been in my movies for as long as I can remember. Which is worth something. For sure. I mentioned that earlier. I watched Scream for the first time. I mentioned that to you off mic, not on mic, but I watched Scream for the first time earlier today, and it was because I had Matthew Lillard in this episode. Spoilers for Scream. I knew he was one of two ghost faces. That's enough. Like that information has been spoiled time and again for me. And it's been out for 30 years. So sorry if I spoiled it for you. But not telling you who the other one is, but Matthew Lillard is definitely one of them. And he's really, really good. Oh, my mom and dad are going to be so pissed, man. He's fucking hilarious and he's effortlessly charming. The most recent viewing that I got that I fell in love with the movie instantly, and most specifically his performance in it, is SLC Punk. He is the lead in that movie and he is unbelievably good. There's a little, I see a lot of Spike Lee. I see a lot of Wes Anderson. I see a lot of that vein of creative material in that movie, SLC Punk. And I think that you would love that movie. I mentioned it earlier for Jason Segel, because he plays a small role in that, but SLC Punk is Matthew Lillard's movie, undoubtedly. And then The Return, Bill Hastings, gotta have him. He plays that breaking down, I don't know, man. Just so good. And he did it in all of these that I mentioned aside from Scooby-Doo, because he's above that as Shaggy. The SLC Punk has one of the most heart-rending scenes I've ever seen in my life, and Matthew Lillard performs it. And he does it unbelievably good. Just watching him break down was devastating to watch. Made me cry and cry. I loved it. Daredevil Born Again, on right now. Concludes tonight as of recording, is actually out now. Gonna have to watch that as soon as we're done here. Yeah, had to have him. Matthew Lillard, 73, baby.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, 72 is not quite the GOAT, but for me, but comes from a direct descendant of one of my GOATs. This is where I have John David Washington right here. In some Love Lieutenant. That's a movie that's only grown for me. I didn't, out of Nolan's movies, I didn't really like Tenet to begin with, but man, every watch it just gets kind of sweeter and sweeter.
I love that movie, dude.
Love him in there. Love that he actually just doesn't have a name. He is just the main character or the protagonist the whole time, which is kind of sick. The creator, I was overall kind of let down for the movie seemed to I don't know, whenever the trailer came out, I was really excited for this movie. It was still good, but I thought it was going to be a little more grander than it was. But John David Washington still did a good job in there, and he's like he's just every time he seems like a just even somehow more, and maybe because he's literally younger just right now, and I've seen his father in more older roles, but he just fits this action vein super well, and can be just very good, as in the normal acting chops as well. I think he does both just really, really well in Tenet. And the creator, he could just go back and forth. He kind of has the like Tom Cruise run. I don't know. I feel he has like a posture or like a physique or just a way about his action.
That is an athletic man who is going to make a killing as an actor. I'm actually astonished he hasn't done more at this point, given how not only how successful his dad is and how rampant nepotism is in Hollywood. You would expect that John David Washington would be doing more. But I appreciate that it's like every few years he has this pretty massive thing. Black Klansman back in 2019, which I still haven't seen, or 2018, and I still haven't seen that, but I really, really need to. I love people in it. I love Spike Lee. I don't know how I haven't seen Black Klansman. That might actually be a first watch I do in anticipation of another actor in it, later on in this list. But I don't have John David Washington. I just haven't seen enough is really all it is. And Tenet and The Creator are my go-tos there as well. I like him in those. I think he is destined to do more. Obviously, as Denzel Washington's kid, he's going to find opportunities. There's no doubt of that. And I really hope he makes the most of them because he is really, really, really solid.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, I love him, and we'll get to his father much later. That'll be in a while, but yeah, had to include him here. I mean, it is maybe nepo, I guess, but no, he can stand alone. You know, it was crazy that like I knew the last name. I never knew Denzel had a son, and then when it was revealed to me, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it was a crazy revelation. After the fact, and I like that I've seen him in Tenet, and then so yeah, it's but no, I'll love I don't think he has quite the big shoes to fill, but no, he's done very well so far.
He has, yeah, and I expect he'll do even better. Maybe not better than Denzel, but better than what he's doing now. It's hard to do better than Denzel. Very few ever have. But all right, my 72. I would say you don't think of him when you think of, oh, this is one of the best actors there is. But we probably should. My 72 is Paul Giamatti.
Okay. Yeah.
I love Paul Giamatti, and obviously The Holdovers is the highlight of a career, and a stacked career. But anybody would be lucky to have a role like Paul Hunham under their belt. That's kind of a career-making turn, I think. Certainly going to be one of the more iconic pieces from his career, if not the most iconic. He's got that microscopic role as a technician, like a television technician in the Truman Show. He's producing and he's editing and stuff like that. Microscopic role in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 where he pops up as Rhino at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You love to see that, but it's really The Holdovers. I grew up on Big Fat Liar.
Yeah.
And that was one that I always saw him in and always thought he was hilarious in. When he turns himself blue, he blew himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Man, that stuck with me as a kid. That's like
that's an image that no kid who watched Big Fat Liar has ever forgotten. Is blue Paul Giamatti. Everyone our age knows Paul Giamatti as some blue guy. Yep. He's blue dabu dee dabu da. Robots. He's got one of the voice roles there.
The little guard guy that laughs in Rodney's face. Yeah, closes the gate on him. Yeah, but yeah,
you love to see it.
I didn't think of Paul Giamatti. I'm very glad we are talking about him. He does deserve it. Yeah, underrated. You're right.
He's played my favorite on-screen Santa Claus, and I know that Christmas movies haven't been a huge deal for you and your family, but me and my family watch Christmas movies almost religiously. Ironically enough, every December we watch a lot of Christmas movies, and I've watched Fred Claus every year since I was like 7. And his Santa Claus is genuinely the best Santa Claus on screen ever, and I would say that to anybody for an argument there. I love his turn there. So yeah, love me some Paul Giamatti. Had to have him. Got him at 72.
All right. Well, this next one, nobody denies, I think, the talent. Some very high up in just, I feel, overall rankings. But there's just a lot more people that I favor more. This is not a talent. I recognize the talent of this man, and it might seem low, but I don't know. This is where he plopped down. Is Robert De Niro, kind of a goat in the game. But one that I love his movies, and he's great, but I don't know why I just don't attach to him, as an actor. I recognize what he's doing and his iconicism, but I don't know why. I don't have a love for him. It is just that's Robert De Niro. And he's just kind of goated. But yeah, the favoritism was really the only thing that kept dipping him down. And like, man, no, I do just kind of, if Robert De Niro's in a movie, I think like, oh, okay, well, it's gonna be good. I'm kind of sad, but like, I'd rather hear that someone higher up is in my movie, in this list. Like, I feel like that's like, I just prefer other people, which is yeah. So it's like, it's purely just a favoritism thing here. He is, I think, very recognizably, just one of the best. But yeah, it's I've never latched on to any one of his roles, I feel like, with other people.
I like that. All right. So, yeah, I like that specifically because that provides what is so far the second biggest gap for people on our lists. On both of our lists. And I didn't say who the first one was because that gives away stuff too early. But I feel now 3 parts deep, nearly 30 people deep, I can say comfortably that this is a pretty big gap on our lists. I love Robert De Niro, and I have him much higher. But still not the biggest gap that we have so far, which is kind of crazy. But
okay.
Yeah, I love him. I love me some Robert De Niro. So I'm gonna hold off because I'll have plenty to say about him later. Much later. But love that. We're going with a couple icons at 71. Because yours on the actor side, mine on the actor's side. This is where I have Julia Roberts.
Okay.
Yeah, so not again, and Robert De Niro in terms of his acclaim, almost untouchable at this point in time, just because his career has spanned decades and decades. Like, he's been at it for over 50 years. And that's a long time to be working. But Julia Roberts been out here for, 35, coming up on 40. She's done a lot of good work. My favorite performance of hers is Erin Brockovich. She's really, really, really great in it, and the Academy agreed, gave her a Best Actress, gave her a Best Actress award for that. Pretty Woman, one of her more iconic movies, from her rom-com era, her rom-com days, and goddamn was she good in that. Her and Richard Gere have impeccable chemistry. That's the era with Notting Hill. That's a special run of movies she did. My Best Friend's Wedding, and much later Runaway Bride and Steel Magnolias, and yeah, I mean Mystic Pizza is one of my favorites of hers. As a guy who works in a pizza restaurant, like a sit down pizza joint, Mystic Pizza is kind of essential viewing for me, because that's what it's about, is people who work in a sit down pizza restaurant. So it's just kind of like, oh yeah, this is the shit. I love that. Most recently, she was in Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt last year with Iowa Debris and Andrew Garfield. And she's incredible in it. Like, had there not been some of the performances we saw last year, I thought that had a chance of getting some awards acclaim. The movie ended up being really, really tepidly received. But the performances had nothing to do with that. And I thought Julia Roberts might still garner some attention for it, kind of in a re-emerging to the Academy sort of capacity, because she hasn't been nominated for much in a while. Love me some Julia Roberts. Had to have her. 71.
Yeah, I didn't quite get her, and I think I just haven't seen actually much with her myself. I recognize the claim, and yeah, that's I think I do just have a lot of blind spots as well, and that's probably a big one there.
There's a class of actor that is so iconic that, like, I don't know what it is. Like, one of the people that I have on this list who appears in the least amount of movies is, I already said them, Marlon Brando, Daniel Day-Lewis. Haven't seen them in but 4 movies, I think. And they're considered like the 2 greatest actors of all time. Julia Roberts is considered one of the greatest actresses of all time. Meryl Streep. I haven't watched nearly enough Meryl Streep movies. You know what I'm saying? I've seen more of her than I have either of those 2 dudes I mentioned, but she's been nominated for like 20 fucking Oscars, dude. And I've watched like a couple of the movies she's been nominated for and a bunch of other shit she's been in. But she's been in a ton of great stuff and I've just never seen a lot of it. Denzel Washington, been in a ton of great stuff and I've probably seen about as much of him as I have Meryl Streep, but still not nearly enough. And Julia Roberts, I feel similarly to those two as I do her. She's in a ton of stuff and I haven't seen nearly enough of it. But I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a weird connection. A couple other people, I forget who, but Julia Roberts was in one episode of Miami Vice. And my next pick was also in one episode of Miami Vice.
Wow.
But it's like, and I forget the others who were in there, but I feel like this is like the fourth person that has come from Miami Vice from this episode that I've just seen scrolling through IMDb. But yeah, that's I guess the top of the episode now. Kind of crazy. The king, I guess, of this week, or part one of this week is
last one of the episode.
Yeah, a pretty recent movie that I've seen him in, a recent watch that didn't really elevate him a whole lot because he was just not in it as much as I expected. Is Liam Neeson, and loved. Yeah, Silence, great movie, but that, like, you know, just kind of solidified where Andrew Garfield was, gave maybe Adam Driver a little bit of a bump, and then, you know, Liam Neeson was, it's...
You're like, yeah, that's Liam Neeson doing Liam Neeson things. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, not a lot of screen time, but, you know, Qui-Gon, I mean, that's quintessential, you know, it's, that's all time, and from childhood, like, even Taken, like those were, you know, movies growing up that, like, this dude is just one of the coolest guys in the game. Like, I mean, I believed that he could have actually done all of that stuff. And which is crazy because he's like kind of, not to throw shade, but like old at that point, you know. But like you're still like, nah, he's capable.
No, yeah,
like you're like,
an
nah,
old
he's got
badass in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I love me some Liam Neeson.
You can't go wrong there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just
saw a movie with him in it in theaters last year, Naked Gun. His Naked Gun remake is absolutely hysterical. So fucking
that trailer
funny,
was
and
hilarious.
He is so good in it. Oh, yeah, dude, the movie is so funny. It's a spoof on, you know, the Legacy sequel in and of itself, because Police Squad is an old movie from the 80s, and it was by a guy named Leslie Nielsen, and Leslie Nielsen plays a detective named Frank Drebin, and Liam Neeson plays Frank Drebin Jr. And everybody in the movie is somebody's kid from the original movie. Like, that's the bit, is that they are all just like my father, you know, like, and they go into that whole, you know, I mean, essentially stuff that Star Wars: The Force Awakens set forth. I love Liam Neeson. I don't have him. I don't have Liam Neeson. I respect the craft. Think he's done really, really great stuff. Great brief appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi that I wish we would follow up on. That would be great.
I know. Yeah.
As a Star Wars fan who loves slop, give me more slop. Give me fan service. I want it. I'm okay with it. I don't need this to be. I would love if it was cinema. I've loved when it is cinema, but just keep giving me slop. That's cool too. I love me some Liam Neeson, and I think that he's done a lot of really interesting. Ethan Frome. It's one that I remember watching in English class in high school because we read the book. Yeah, Liam Neeson. He's done a lot of interesting stuff for a long time. So I like me some Liam Neeson. I like that pick to seal the deal. And 70 for me. A little bit, I mean, definitely younger, more contemporary. Didn't make his film debut until the 90s. And let's see, what was his most recent? He was Oscar nominated just a couple years ago for his role in A Complete Unknown. This is where I have Edward Norton.
Yeah. Okay.
Primarily of Fight Club fame.
Yeah.
It's kind of what everybody goes to for Ed Norton, and I cannot blame them. But what I go to is Moonrise Kingdom. I love him as Scoutmaster Ward. It's one of my favorite West regulars here in Ed Norton. Asteroid City as the playwright. You love to see that as well. I recently watched. I mentioned Richard Gere last for Julia Roberts. He was in Primal Fear. That's where he made his movie debut, as far as I know, where he plays a young man accused of murder, and Richard Gere defends him. The Incredible Hulk, of course, can't forget that. Grand Budapest Hotel, of course, can't forget that. Glass Onion, of course, can't forget that.
Yes.
He's had a really, really fruitful career, and he's done a ton of stuff that I am a big, big fan of. So Ed Norton was an easy choice. It was just a matter of where to put him.
Yeah, and I do got him, but it won't be this week. So a little bit later. Yeah, that's a fight. Yeah, I guess Fight Club is the big one, but more. Yeah, I don't know. Everything else that he is in, it's always a treat to see the man. He's got that actor's feel to him. I don't know. Like it's just it is just a feeling in the bones with him. But yeah, I'm never gonna be disappointed with him. But there we go. Okay, yeah, that's like the we had some weird themes going. The Royals and the renounced royalty a little bit. This weird Miami Vice kind of thing that happened there. But yeah,
you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. But yeah, with that, we can conclude part 3 and we can move on to part 4, which is also available right now. Go ahead and head on over to that episode and press play. I thought after part 1 they would just keep getting shorter, and what a fool I was. They just keep getting longer, folks. We're going to try to keep part 4 probably a little shorter than this one because we're recording it right after this. So I imagine that we're going to be maybe a little bit more curt. But I don't know. We can go for a while. We like to go for a while, so there is that. But go ahead and recite your 70 through 79 for me.
Yes. All right. 70, Liam Neeson. 71, Robert De Niro. 72, John David Washington. 73, Sean Bean. 74, Kate Winslet. 75, Joaquin Phoenix. 76, Anthony Hopkins. 77, Daniel Kaluuya. 78, Tom Hardy. And 79, Val Kilmer.
All right, I've got 70, Ed Norton. 71, Julia Roberts. 72, Paul Giamatti. 73, Matthew Lillard. 74, Jesse Plemons. 75, Léa Seydoux. 76, Oscar Isaac. 77, Margot Robbie. 78, Natalie Portman. And 79, Sir Ian McKellen. And with that, we will conclude this episode of The Sentimentalists. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, go watch an Ed Norton movie. Go watch some other motherfucker's name we mentioned's movie. But more importantly, check out part 4 and also fuck ICE.